Yo, what it do? Welcome back. So, state IDs changing. We got state AI laws finally here. Sovereign cloud is no longer corporate buzzwords. It's becoming creator infrastructure, and artists are proving your heartbeat can authenticate you better than any password. So, welcome back to Futurism News with Lord Shu. And Ali isn't here today, but we gonna hold it down. So, this your weekly download on anything regarding the future, AI, digital identity, biometrics. Y'all know this the number one news on the internet. So imagine if your state could regulate deepfakes, algorithmic bias, or biometric data, but Washington stood in the way of that. Well, recently that just changed. So on July 1st, the U.S. Senate removed a 10-year ban on state AI laws, enabling states to regulate AI technologies like surveillance, synthetic media, and algorithm transparency. So this is great. It's basically, you have more power now to do what you want to do. Kind of like some of these other countries that I've seen. Um, Countries in Eastern Europe are making it so that you can copyright your face, so the AI can't use your face to be trained by. Uh, Anything that you do, or if you're in like YouTube videos on the internet, all that is you're protected for. You're protected now. So there was a final vote. It was 99-1, and this unlocks creator sovereignty in areas like data rights and content moderation. And citizens and creators now have local control over AI practices affecting them. So digital sovereignty is always what we talking about on this channel, and the power over your data and your identity is, that's just basically the premise of most of our episodes. So if you're a creator, the main thing you need to know is your smartphone analytics, bio data is protected by your state now. And the more that you talk to your local politicians and the people above them, you'll be able to do more with that these new powers. So y'all take these superpowers and use them. But y'all know I'm gonna give y'all some action moves y'all can do later on in the episode. So stick around for that. And if you like what we're doing on YouTube, you can go ahead and give us a like on this video and share this with someone who is into futurism or just like staying ahead of everybody. So let's get into our next segment where we talk about the sovereign cloud and how creators will be controlling sovereign clouds. So it's not just big business. It could be the backbone of your creative independence as a musician, artist, basically anyone who uses the futuristic tools that we talk about on this show. You are now an important piece to sovereign clouds. And when I talk about clouds, I'm talking about like Google Drive, where your data gets stored, or OneDrive with Microsoft. Um, there are companies that are building clouds that aren't connected to a large corporation, but solely for people to put their data in a safe place that isn't being farmed by a corporation, which is really awesome. So at the Raise Summit this month, enterprises discuss sovereign cloud systems that keep data under local control, which is very important. So I'm glad people having these conversations on big levels, government levels. So this isn't niche, governments, creators, small teams can store content without relying solely on YouTube or Meta platforms that basically make hundreds of millions of dollars a year using your data. So uh, if your art, podcast, or anything that you have is locked behind someone else's platform, like we always tell you, you're renting your own voice. And transition to sovereign clouds or encrypted backups equals reclaiming your digital self. Okay. So let's get into our next topic where we talk about biometric art. And an artist I've mentioned on this channel before named Krista Kim, who basically is speaking out for, well, first speaking out for women to be more involved in technology, but two, also speaking out for creators having more control over their art on the internet, which is already hard to do. So your next ID might not be your name, it could be your heartbeat, right? Um, Krista Kim is pioneering biometric art with her 2024 heart space using 10 bio ECG encryption. So don't worry about what all of that means. The most important thing here is that she's creating art and she's putting people's heartbeats into this art to prove that this can be done to protect you as a creator, or if you're someone who doesn't plan on selling on blockchains or selling art in the world, and you just someone who may be investing in this type of stuff, this is a new wave. We've mentioned biometrics on this channel before. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but what I can say is do your research. Biometrics is something that I think will be a great trend. It's already pretty much trending with companies creating smart mirrors and all these types of things that basically track like your acne. Now you can look in the mirror and the AI tracks your acne. So these new tools pretty much will be like popular in the house, like the little robot that Amazon has. Can't remember its name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So your heartbeat can generate a cryptographic key that authenticates and even creates real-time digital art. Now that's crazy, but this is living identity tech. It's a fusion of art, data, sovereignty, and Krista Kim is showing us your body is your passport, not a password. You can protect yourself globally with these types of things. So let's get into the most important part of this video. And if you stuck around this far, shout out to you because that just means you care about yourself. So here's how you can claim your digital sovereignty today. And again, thank you for watching Futurism News with AI Ali and Lord Shu. He not here today, but y'all say what's up to Ali in the comments. Shout him out and be like, "Where you at, Ali?" That's a busy guy, but here at Lifestyle After Fire, we gonna get it done. We gonna make some new fire content for you to watch twice a week. We go live twice a week. So number one for today's list of how to claim your digital sovereignty, track state AI policies. So you can search your state, wherever you live in America, look up their AI regulations, and you can share your findings in this. We can start up a chat about this on today's video. We could talk about our findings, comment on legislation in certain states. I live in Georgia, so you can look up the one for Georgia, get it started. Number two, create a sovereign storage plan. So use encrypted tools or sovereign cloud for your content, and export YouTube videos and Substack snippets to secure storage for all my people that be creating on YouTube and Substack, because that's where I'll be at too. That's probably where you're watching this at. So yes, having backup plans is all a place to store stuff is always, that's just smart. Obviously, the best thing too is cold storage. If you have some kind of SD card or CD, nothing wrong with some old school. Have it all. Get it all. USBs too, thumb drives. AI agent. So feed it all of your stuff, and then just build on that. If you want to go that route, like I said, trying to hit every level, but trainer AI agent, go crazy with it. And then number four, start your sovereign identity project. So you're gonna journal what defines your voice, your data, your identity. Think like the artist Krista Kim that we mentioned today. Your heartbeat or your personal data could authenticate your creations, or Create new biometric tools to authenticate other things. There's so many ways you can use this. And number 5, share and subscribe, obviously, because information like this makes it easy to stay in the know of what's coming out, what's going on, because we're gonna keep you up to speed with the latest information in futurism, whether that be futurism or Afrofuturism, everything in between. Um, we are a strong cultural influence in the futurism world. Don't forget that. So it's right to your own identity every day, your data and your domain every day, protecting that and protecting what you're saying on the internet and what you're saying in the real world, and building your legacy with clarity every day by watching Futurism News 2 times a week with AI Ali and Laura Shu. Subscribe to the channel and comment below, what does sovereignty mean to you? Um, y'all know where we be at. AliAfter5.com is our website. And if you want to have conversations with us every day, you can join our Discord. The QR code's on the screen this way, over there. All right, y'all. Until next time, y'all be cool.